So the second mixtape we're gonna review is XS
String Chats
Volume
3.
Yeah. So this is a very long mixtape. It's like 30 tracks or something like that.
It sounded like one long cipher.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it's sort of like essence of hip hop shit, right? Like it sounds like one long cipher. And we all know the level of quality to expect from XS now. You know, we've been listening to them for a long time. So it was an XS mixtape.
Let's get down to the review. I think it's a good idea that we open with their best rappers.
In our opinion.
Azrael and Illo Shakes.
Yeah, I mean, like, both of them, they've always got like sick lyrical content. To my personal taste anyway, like, Illo Shakes' storytelling is, for me, like, it's dope. I think the Blood Turns to the Ash, and then the Wolves one with Ralph as well. And I think Ralph deserves a mention as well.
Illo Shakes, the Samurai X story. I love that shit. I'm a Samurai X fan. You know, digressing. Let's go back to, you know, Ralph. Ralph is dope.
Yeah, Ralph, like, because like I know I didn't know he rapped, and he sort of just came out of nowhere, like multi after multi after multi, and like that is one of the standouts of this mixtape. Like every Ralph track, like
he's got very strong presence on a track, you know.
Yeah,
he's just a beast.
He's a guy, you know. If he raps a lyric like "I'm gonna beat the shit out of you," I'd probably believe him, you know. Okay, throughout the mixtape, there's like an eclectic mix of like beats that they've chose. I do feel, however, that some tracks didn't quite fit the rest of the mixtape. They were almost like a bit random. Like I think the one with Young and Chic Luna, the Always on Time, it felt a bit like random, right?
A bit out of place.
Yeah, yeah.
A bit of the mixtape.
Out of place with the rest of it. I mean, that's not saying it was bad or anything, but you know.
Wait, I just need to commend though on Maddie, Only Son, and Illo Shakes for having consistent, like, unique vocal presence every time.
That's true, like, you know it's them when you hear them rap, you know, like,
yeah.
Some rappers don't have that, but every time you hear, you know which one it is.
And let's get back to Ralph for a bit. Ralph, he displays like precise technicality on every track. Yeah, like you mentioned earlier on, multis, he's also got imagery and metaphor, which is good literary devices that a lot of rappers don't use anymore. So big up.
Okay, but this is a review, so we have got to be critical on some parts. And for me, my personal opinion is that maybe there should have been some quality control within choosing the tracks. It was very, very long, and I feel like some tracks maybe weren't necessary at the end of the day, which made the whole mixtape drag on a bit too long. You know, that could just be me and my short attention span, but it's just, we all know XS are good, but for me, like, just some tracks weren't quite up to standard in my, and I'm not gonna name tracks or name rappers or anything like that, that's not me, but
okay. I mean, you know, like what KRS-1 said, hip-hop, unity and having fun. These are the lyrics of KRS-1. It doesn't matter. The point is he mentioned the word unity, and I just don't quite agree with using like racist bars on a song. There's just one that I need to bring up, like Smack a Chinaman in the MIS Psycho.
I mean, to be honest, like, I'm just not into that stuff. Like, I'm all for creative freedom, but I'm sort of thinking if me or Enero said I'm gonna smack a Malay man, Hisham the MC who's holding the camera right now would probably headbutt me, and I would deserve it, I think. Like, for me, like, hip-hop has been about breaking down barriers, not putting them up. It's just, for me, it's against the whole ethos. So, yeah, which was a shame. To be honest, that track, anyway, like, it's very hard when you're selecting instrumentals to cover, to use again, sorry, you've got to be very careful, because if you use a very iconic song, which automatically makes you think of that rapper, people are automatically going to compare you. So for me, like, say Am I a Psycho, for instance, it kind of, B.O.B. and Tech 9 and that killed that song, so it's kind of hard to compete with that. And then also, the last song over the Triumph beat, I mean, everyone knows Triumph. Again, it's not something I would do, but I'm not going to judge or whatever, but yeah, for me it was a bit hard to compete with those. The overall rating that we gave the mixtape was a 3 out of 5. And that, again, it sounds like we're giving a very low mark, but that's not it at all. The reason it didn't get higher is literally because we feel like it was a very long mixtape, and just the quality control maybe wasn't there. Like, and when you have a really sick track next to an average track, it sort of takes away of the impact of that sick track, in my opinion.
30 tracks in a mixtape seemed like a good idea, but I just didn't think that it worked this time around. But big ups though.
Yeah, we're not doubting the abilities of any of these guys. We all know that they're good rappers. But yeah, just to close off, this has been the Spotlight with Requiem and special guest Enero. And we encourage everyone to download the mixtape and download both mixtapes and listen for themselves and make up their own opinions. This is just two guys' opinions. So yeah, we want to big up SEK and XS for both of their mixtapes. I have enjoyed listening to both of them. And yeah, I look forward to more of their stuff in the future. Hit me up if you think I'm full of shit, but I'll blame him. We out.
Let's go.